Helldivers' first patch has created a wild storm of emotions from both the players and the development team. I mean, a dev had to apologize for going overboard on his trolling, and the CEO had to come in to ensure the peace. But what exactly did this patch do? My name is Flame078, the normal gamer. I break down gaming from the average perspective, so let's discuss what the fuss is all about with the new patch that just came out with Helldivers 2. Alright, so that is what's to come on March 14th with the new Warbound Battle Pass, which is awesome because Helldivers is committed to dropping these kinds of things about every month or so, and it looks really exciting. But before we get there, what is the team doing to prepare us for this new wave of stuff that we can tinker and experiment with? Understanding the sentiment behind what the team is doing is the first step in checking yourself when you feel that they are crossing a line or not. So what are the primary guns supposed to be doing? What is their role? A lot of complaints have been that these guns do feel weak, and straight from the developer's mouth, that is the intention. Your gun is intended to not be effective against all the enemies you encounter. That is by design. You and your squad need to gear up with the right stratagems to deal with the mission at hand. This weapon is just something you will always have. The key is the rest of the kit you bring with you. And to me, that makes perfect sense. And this is one way of making sure that their game is challenging but doable. And I'm totally on board. Don't nerf, just buff is a sentiment I do not agree with, and it comes from a place of tunnel vision, closed-minded habits that have been built upon with PvP games. But it is not like the devs do not understand, and they hope with clear communication that things will be expressed when things are overboard. And that is all we as players can ask. I'm not trying to sit here and tell them how to deal with their game. That's their job. But with these two opening statements, I get a sense of exactly why they did what they did. And you go down the line of every weapon they touched makes perfect sense, at least to me. So their core philosophy based on this post is that everything in the game is meant to work and has a purpose and role. Link in the description for this full breakdown of each gun, because I don't intend on covering each change for the weapon, unless you want me to. Wink wink. And this apparent philosophy also seems to be supported because of the way some developers have been responding on the public forums. They want to ensure everything is viable and that the what is most useful is a matter of preference. At the moment, players are just being too tunnel vision and are not experimenting enough. That's from what I see. But it is clear that they could have been more thoughtful in doing some of these changes. The harsh reaction is coming from the inability to deal with huge hordes of enemies, and that is valid. At the moment, it can be very punishing and outright impossible. If players who side with me agree with that valid criticism, that means that there needs to be tweaks to enemy behavior, and the devs have acknowledged that, and they hope to roll out tweaks soon. Just no ETA on that. But even if there is justification, this outcry is ridiculous. The game just today has only been out for a month. Why are we expecting things to be figured out already? And on top of that, again, we are getting new weapons, mech suits, stuff coming out real soon. So sure, maybe I'll give it to you that your favorite thing is now less effective. But why are you expecting that one thing to be effective forever when new stuff is going to come out? That doesn't make sense. Like, chill out. I, for one, am unbothered by all this. Again, meta dweebs are annoying, but as long as they keep to themselves, it is fine. Because the CEO is right. I do think everyone, as passionate as they are, is in the right. The issue lies when meta dweebs are forcing things in quick play and kicking people out, or people being outright toxic with each other and killing each other because of these disagreements. Like, sure, I can be a dickhead and think you are a dickhead for saying or believing XYZ about the game, but I'm never going to overextend and mess with others' quick play experience. That's crossing a line. Helldivers 2 has so much more in store. It's silly to me to let this be such a huge thing as it is. What are your thoughts? Let me know down below. Flame078 here, the normal gamer. Until next time, adios.